wanted to be a worship cult leader who is so powerful you can force followers to eat actual bowls of poop, this game will deliver, and let me tell you why. For starters, you have this enchanting, almost Animal Crossing-esque mechanic of being able to control and build up a cult by feeding, clothing, and sacrificing your followers. And these followers had quite the personality, enriching the gameplay with giving you quests should you choose to accept them. You get to lead the way and choose how you want to progress in the game. Your loyal followers are at your fingertips to your disposal. You have the customization of changing their name, color, and even their entire form. Through exploring, you can discover more forms and excitedly make your way back to try out each one. Or you can leave out the ugly ones. You can sacrifice the ones that make you mad to benefit yourself and help your progression. As leader, you delegate tasks to your followers to help make sure your cult runs efficiently. You also get to choose the layout of this cult, such as where to place beds, temples, and decorations. There's also a cozy farming mechanic. I mean, who doesn't like farming in games? It's a distinct feeling of power to micromanage a cult and overcome hurdles the game throws at you. It does not make this game easy by any means. You do have the option to change your difficulty, but even choosing medium was a bit of a challenge for me. Your biggest fight at your cult is cleaning up poop to make sure sickness doesn't plague your land. You also have to keep up faith and loyalty in your backstabbing little followers. If you feel you cannot convince them of your ways, you have to be tactful of how you kill and bury your followers as to not catch negative attention. Then you have the actual crusades. This is a rather straightforward dungeon crawling, bullet hell aspect, but that doesn't mean you still won't have an absolute blast playing it. It's a strong shift from the comfort of the cult to chaos. There's 5 different doors to go through, and it's based off of having enough followers. You have to complete the randomly generated series of areas 4 times before being able to fight the boss at the end. It's exhilarating being thrown into a random room without knowing what you're going to encounter next. You start with grabbing a random melee weapon and for Valor ability, which is basically magic. It truly is a test of skill to make do with what you have. Sometimes the RNG can make it super difficult or a breeze. You can also always collect resources for your cult by slashing along the way. The levels are very well made and the gameplay is super fast paced and fluid to no surprise. Enemies are different in each area and manage to keep the gameplay fresh. If you're finding an area to be particularly difficult, this usually is an indicator to level up back at home at your cult. Both parts of the game are so well made and genuinely all around just fun that I don't feel like either bit is lacking. There's just never a shortage of things to do. It's no secret this game has captivating visuals, including its thick line art. Everything almost looks 2D, like paper, as you've seen similarly rendered in Paper Mario. Your character is portrayed as an innocent little lamb in contrast to vile enemies. The colors really pop in every area, and the particles set the mood. My personal favorite being Anchor Deep for displaying the beautiful eeriness of the sea. From background to foreground, this game does a good job of making it very clear what is interactable and what is not. Each enemy is interesting to look at and they're all cohesive to their area. The animation is very fluid for enemies and your character. Everything is very bright and playful considering the dark theme. You just have to play it yourself to experience it. The soundtrack is empowering. It's got some heavy percussion to it and makes you want to bump and slash through it all. It's great hype music through the crusades. Like, I would imagine listening to this during a workout. Once again, it helps set the tone for different areas and intense boss battles. Just all around good head bumping music with good depth and layers to it, matching the visual art. I feel like I could just sit there and take it in. The music softens up when you're just chilling in your cult. With an ominous tone, it almost feels like a beautiful siren, enticing you to come experience it more. You don't feel rushed to complete it, you just want to savor it instead. The music mostly speaks for itself. The storyline is strange yet intriguing. It's got a strong, captivating start of a little innocent lamb being sacrificed. You're then given another chance by a higher being to go on and become a great cult leader. You slowly get information from other friendly characters and bosses along the way. The story portrays your ascension from a mere puny lamb to a leading god. It's menacing and strings you along to wonder what the ending will be like. There's not a whole lot to it, but it does its job in fitting the game. You don't have to do a lot of reading or researching to understand the general consensus of what's going on. This is a relief, especially as someone who forgets a lot or has a short attention span. Cutscenes are not long and unnecessary. Everything is quick and straight to the point as to not break the momentum of this fast-paced game. The characters are well developed with funky voices and funny lines throughout the experience. They give you a reason to know them because most will be repeat creatures introducing a different part of the game to come back to. There's fishing with the fisherman, a dice game with Rateau, and Sozo the mysterious mushroom man who teaches you to control your cult with mushrooms, just to name a few. These assets are an essential piece to the gameplay. They really make you eager to meet new friends, and it makes you feel like you live in a community. It combats the lonely road you take in the Crusades, instilling some comfort to come back to. Anyways, those were just my 5 reasons for why I think somebody should play the game, but if you think differently, let me know, or if you have your other reasons. And thank you for watching.